Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm finally back with my update for my Panda palette in order. So this is a project pan where you pan a palette, an eyeshadow palette in my case, but instead of picking from all of the shades all at once, you focus on one shade at a time in order of the palette. So I have been inspired to do this by watching Caitlin here on YouTube. I have her channel linked down below, but I think this project was created by Taylor, so her channel is also linked in the description box. But let me not ramble too much and let's get into this very overdue update. So I have been really bad during the summer, like updating, filming. I've been not wearing that much makeup, to be honest, and I've been traveling a bit. So that is why you haven't seen the update for July. So we're doing just an August update here. I have been working on my Nikkietutorials and Beauty Bay palette. This is a very old palette in my collection, so I really wanted to give it some love before I declutter it from my life. And yeah, it's been a pretty fun palette because it's very colorful to work with. So you can see what it looked like when I rolled it in January. I have been really good at hitting several pans each month, as you may be able to tell from the progress pictures. I did struggle a bit with the shade Zoomer because it was just, I don't know, it took a lot longer than the other shades, a lot more uses before I hit pan on that one. The shimmer shades in this palette are absolutely beautiful, even though I don't really prefer the shades Nikkietutorials and Underground. They are a bit more like dirty looking in my opinion. I have been working on the shade Basic Trot to kind of use more of it. I kind of use it in combination with a powder to set makeup basically. So that is why I have been expanding that pan quite a lot. And yeah, I have, as I said, been traveling this summer and I did not bring this palette with me, so it hasn't gotten the most use. But I was able, I don't know if it was last update, but I was able to hit pan in Mila. As you can see, it's that brown shade. This is a repressed shade because it was starting to fall apart. And I hit pan in Mila after using it 21 times. It's just a Midtown Brown, which was, you know, not my favorite shade to work on. So now I'm working on the shade Mikai. Oh, and I also forgot to tell you that I'm working downwards to up. Because as you can see in the beginning of the, at the end of the palette, you have those blue shades. And since I started with this project in January, I felt like that was a more appropriate color story to work on in January rather than to have a very, very orange shade, which is the first shade called Redemption. So I have been working on Mikai now for a long time, and I have used it 8 times. So this is what the palette is looking like now. And as you can tell, sorry, it's so difficult to hold this one. We do not have pan in Mikai after 8 times. It did not have a lot of use before because it's a very, very, very red shade. It's quite pigmented. I did swatch it out here. So it's it's a look when I decide to wear this shade on my eyes. So yeah, I did not bring this palette, so I haven't been using that shade. However, you can see that I do not have any new pans in this palette. I'm very close on this one. It's called Vla. I do have a very good dip going in there. I'm using Vla today because I wanted to do a very, very yellow look, because I felt like I was so close, but still no pan in Vla. It's a bright, bright yellow shade. It's a bit dusty, a bit not the most opaque when you pack it on, but you can make it work. That's that shade. So I have been using Mikai a lot with the yellow shade and also this orange shade. There, it's called Redemption, which I also have a good dip in up there. So I've been doing like sunset looks, which is like quite lovely. But I mean, we're starting to be burnt out on sunset looks. I have used, as I said, Mika 8 times. Vla I have used 21 times currently since starting this project, and Redemption, this orange, I have used 16 times. So I do have a lot of use on those shades. So I will probably hit pan on those shades before I hit pan on that red shade, but it's fine. It's cold, you know, in order, but sometimes there's only like there's a limit to how many bright red looks I want to do in a row. So that is where we are. We still have 5 shades without pan, and we are in August. So I do have September, November, August, September, October, November, December, 4 months to go with this palette. And the big problem will probably be that red shade and also this purple shade Slasher, which I have already used 11 times, but you can barely tell. So it's packed a bit different. It's a lot drier than the other shades, so I don't know. Hopefully I will be able to pan on that one, but we're gonna check along. I have since I made so good progress on the other shades, I don't feel too stressed now when I only have 5 shades left, even though it's more than, you know, the number of months that we have remaining. But so that is it. I think that by next update I will probably have a pan in that shade Vla. Yeah, that's probably gonna be it. Maybe in the orange shade, but I don't have too high hopes. This is of course filmed a little bit late also, so that I will try and get back into my regular filming schedule. So next update will probably be a bit like, I will not have an entire month between this update and the next one, but that is fine. So let me know what you think about this project. Are you doing something similar? Are you panning a palette? Let me know which palette you are trying to finish up this year. I would love to hear it. I always love to hear from you in the comments, but that is going to wrap it up for this video. I hope that you are doing well, and you know, I hope to see you in my next video. Bye guys!